live from the fabulous Fox Theater in beautiful downtown St. Louis, Missouri. It's the Beetlejuice Backstream Live Show, Maxie's Pad, starring your touring Maxie Dean, Dan Mason. Join Dan and his special guest this week, the ghost with the most, Ryan Stajmiger. And in no reflection of her importance to this live stream, it's just that her headshot printed out as a thumbnail. We'll zoom in real close though. It's Leianna Weaver, plus a special live performance from three-time Tony winner Patti LuPone. And now we go live backstage at the Fox Theater. Pass out the microphones, everybody. Hey. We're live on Maxie's Pad. Thank you, everybody. Welcome from one of the nicest theaters that we've had a chance to play at. So everybody, let me just break the speaker that we borrowed. It's a professional talk show, friends. Look, it's the stars of the show.
Hello, you're welcome to do anything you need to.
We are here at the fabulous Fox Theater, finishing up a split week. We started the week in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Yeah.
We took a 5.5-hour little bus ride over to St. Louis. Kind of like torn between the Pantages and the Fox Theater. It's hard to pick which one is more beautiful.
Yeah, beauty-wise, I think I got to give it to the Fox. This is gorgeous.
Yeah. That's coming from a former Angelino. Sorry, but no, it's really insane.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Well, we've got the stars of the show. You've been asking for Ryan and Leianna to be here with us for a while. Let's start all the way back. Most people want to know about the audition journey and how you got here. Leianna, you went through a few rounds of this, right? You had auditioned for Beetlejuice before.
I had taped for it and nothing had happened ever. For a couple years.
It's really wild. Like, what do you think, like, in hindsight, is it? I mean, your resume is like a lot of these, like Ariel and Little Mermaid, Dorothy and Wizard of Oz. Do you think people saw you more in that princess mode than being the goth queen?
Well, I think at that time I didn't have that resume always, because it was in the past few years, and that's when I started building and doing those roles. But I think it's just timing. It just wasn't the right time yet. It should have been now, and it should have been with Ryan. And so, yeah, I also think I just wasn't, ready for a role like this at a time like a few years ago. I think this is like truly the perfect timing. Yeah.
What about you, sir? What was I remember meeting you at the callback.
Yeah.
And I remember like being, hey, what are you here for? You're like, oh, they're looking at me for the Beetlejuice cover.
Well, yeah. So I had done the initial audition. I sent it a tape, and then they asked me to come to New York for the second one. But I live in Chicago, so I did it. Is that yours, or is that?
Oh, that's the monitor. A little sound check happening before the evening show.
Hitting those keys.
Charlie Chase and the Maxie's Pad Orchestra.
Yeah, so I was in Chicago, and I was actually in some rehearsal process for some other show. So I asked if I could do a Zoom audition. They did a Zoom audition, and through that Zoom audition, they were kind of like, "Oh, we like you. We just can't see you in person, so we're going to call you back for, at least to my understanding, for kind of like we want to call you back to New York just to see where we can fit you in the show." And so I read the full Beetlejuice packet, the full Adam packet, a Charles side, a Maxie Dean side, and did a dance call. It was my first New York audition.
No kidding. That was your first.
Yeah. I've been in Chicago doing theater there for 16 years. Crazy. And yeah, then the next day they called me in back for the producers for just Beetlejuice, and here we are.
All right. Well, let's talk about the process, because this is a show that is so dependent. Like, our fate as a company depends on the chemistry between Beetlejuice and Lydia. You guys walked into the process, total strangers, in the shortest rehearsal process Beetlejuice has ever had.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
How do you build chemistry? How do you build a relationship, both on stage and off? And was there a moment where it clicked, where you were like, oh yeah, like we're in a groove now as a team?
I think we found a good groove in tech.
Yeah. I feel like
it was like the long hours. We were both delirious together,
yeah.
and like just trying different things.
Yeah, because rehearsals was kind of just like a whirlwind of like we are learning the lines and learning the staging.
Yeah.
And then I think like press day, the first press day, we were like, thrown in front of a camera
Mhm.
and been like, be normal, and we
Mhm.
both were not
The
normal.
same amount of awkward,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and how's it been since? Like, how does the relationship evolve? Like, how do you guys, I imagine to some degree, you have to be a united front. You're leaning on each other. You're on the road. You're doing a really grueling tour schedule.
Yeah.
What's it like just kind of living in your all's world and checking in?
Yeah, I think we're playing around more probably. I mean, I definitely am. I get a
Yeah,
little more
yeah.
liberty to do that, but
Yeah, you
but
do.
when we're together, we're playing around a little bit more.
Yeah, there's new things I notice every now and then that make me like. I thought of this today. The assassinate.
Oh yeah,
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Explain the bit to the people. What are we doing?
Say
Yeah.
my name.
In Assassinate, the original one, he had the wig that he went like that. So I've been playing with different ways to kill Charles, and lately it's been karate because famously my Beetlejuice uses karate a lot.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if I've ever forgotten a prop on stage, like the pointer once, I just did a karate kick. Or if my flasher didn't work, I just did a karate kick.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Um, what is something now that you guys have been in this now for a few months? And I guess this occurred to me because I remember on Ryan's birthday, you posted something on his page about him being a genius, which he is.
I stand by it.
What is something you guys have learned about performing from each other by working together?
Ooh.
Mhm.
Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Mm. With you, like specificity. I think
You can come in.
you come in. Beetlejuice is such a physical character, but Ryan uses just enough of his body, just enough of his physicality, and he's so specific and clean. And it's like it, you know. I hope maybe that's rubbed off on me. Like I'm like this guy's just really good at what he does.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, in the same realm from my world, just like technique, like I tend to like throw myself at things, which works for chaos. But like watching you like have like such control over your both scene work and your vocal work, I'm like, oh, I can not just be yelling this whole time, you know? Yeah.
It's hard though.
Yeah.
No, I actually that's something I like. I've just observed your compliments for each other. What I've observed from watching, so it's cool, like hearing you guys like be able to see that and acknowledge that within each other. One other thing I was going to ask about before we get to the fan questions, you're in a show that the fan base is so close to.
Mhm.
They are so protective of.
Yeah.
They have very strong opinions and a lot of connections with the other cast members who have done this show. Where do you find that line between delivering the Beetlejuice and Lydia that people know and love, but also finding your voice, your version of the character, and your artistic freedom? How does that work out for you? And how aware of you of like the Reddit of it all, and when people have very strong opinions?
Yeah, I think for me, I am also a huge fan of the show. I never unfortunately got to see it live. It was a big dream of mine, but it never happened. And I think, I don't know the other guys that have done the parts, but I'm sure all of them would say this too. I think there is a rhythm and a font to Beetlejuice that kind of like overlaps everyone, and that's kind of how you get the part is if you have that font to you that you are able to play Beetlejuice. But I don't think anyone, including Justin, including Alex, including me, would ever want to try to be the other ones. I mean, Alex, was first, but then I don't think Justin was ever trying to be Alex. I'm not trying to be either of them, though I love them both.
I mean, if we like were to compare between the three of you, there's like Ryan isms and Justin isms, like
Yes.
things that just kind of sneak in that are so you.
Yeah,
I feel like,
yeah.
which is cool. Yeah, and I mean, like that partially comes from Katie Davis, our director.
Yes, yeah.
She gave us such permission to like find who we wanted these characters to be for ourselves, and you get such a good framework because the writing is so good, but then also there's so much room for interpretation. And my biggest thing that is always in my head is that Katie told me is that like Lydia is a problem solver, like she does not take no for an answer. And so I think I just kind of took that and ran with it and have tried to make her very like active as much as I can. Yeah.
And I think for me, my biggest thing from Katie is like, and something that I love about a lot of characters that I've played is Beetlejuice he just wants everyone to like him. Like he's been waiting for these people to die so he can have someone to speak to for so long. He just to be seen and to be loved, and just doesn't know how to handle it.
And the red of it all, I stay completely off.
Good for you.
I mean, I'm sure there's nice things on there as well. I'm sure. I don't know. I just ignorance is bliss. I'm like, I'm just gonna come into work and do my show.
Yeah, I'll look at it. I'll see it. We all
you
see it. If anybody's posting on Reddit, we laugh at it. It's fun.
Think there is something on the Reddit. I did appreciate this. I think Chase or someone told me that someone said I'm like Gremlin Lydia, but in a good way.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that.
I've seen a lot of people say that. I feel like he's just a silly guy.
Yes, silly guy and a gremlin.
Yeah.
One of the fan questions that came in was like, ask Ryan, was it intentional that he just brings such a teenage chaotic energy to his Beetlejuice?
And I think that's part of the thing I was just saying is I'm 34, but like I have generally played younger characters. The facial hair helps a little bit for being the creepy old guy, but yeah, it's that want to be loved. I think coming out of me, such a specific but I'm just a baby.
That you guys decided Beetlejuice is like mentally, what's the age?
Oh yeah, Katie said originally around he's kind of stuck in mid-30s, but the like a 12-year-old boy.
12-year-old boy. Lydia's 16. So.
Yeah.
Big sister.
Yeah.
We love an emotionally stunted person. It's great. It's always fun to play. One other thing I meant to ask about, because we like to talk about life away from the theater, right? Sure. And life before you get this life-changing opportunity.
Yes.
Being on a major Broadway national tour. Ryan has a fascinating side hustle that you probably have seen on Instagram if you follow him. How did you end up finding a pumpkin carving business?
Yeah. So yeah, I started carving pumpkins with my grandpa when I was a kid, and then got really into the habit and started getting harder patterns online and stuff. And once I kind of felt like I could do those, I started drawing my own. And then people had always been like, you should sell these, make money off them. But I was carving into real pumpkins, so they would die. So I didn't feel comfortable selling people a dying vegetable. And then I figured I could do them on the artificial pumpkins, and started selling them to friends and family in 2019. And then 2020 started the Etsy, and it's grown ever since. It's my biggest year. I did 365 pumpkins between July and November.
And actually, if you go on the Instagram page, Beetlejuice Pumpkin.
That was
the Michael
Keaton
version.
My friend Patrick Tierney, who famously won Beetlejuice trivia along with me in a bar in I think 2018, ordered and commissioned the first Beetlejuice pumpkin. So I got a Michael Keaton Beetlejuice.
Will there be a Ryan and Leianna commemorative Beetlejuice pumpkin for sale this year?
We'll have to see about that.
I hope so. I'll buy it.
Will you ask for some of the licensing for your image? Do you feel that that's fair? That maybe you should get a cut out of that?
Oh, yeah, we can arrange that.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
Here I am causing problems on the set. What about you? You also had some side hustles and side careers before this. Substitute teacher, bartender, anything that stands out?
Substitute teaching was my favorite, and if you're also an actor who has any college degree, well, this is in California, any college degree,
Illinois
you can be a substitute teacher. It's so flexible. You get your weekends, you get your evenings. If a gig comes up, you can cancel it whenever you want. You can be working up to 5 days a week, and it's pretty good pay. I loved it. It was bittersweet when I worked my last subbing job in November, maybe before I left for New York. I was like, oh, this is a part of my life that I'm going to miss a little bit, and I can always come back to if need be. But yeah, I love the kids.
Fan correspondence questions. Let's check in. Our friend Lee wants to know, you're the ghost with the most. For each of you, who's your favorite ghost in cinematic history?
Oh, man.
Oh, he's the right person to ask.
Oh, man, that's so hard. My favorite ghost. It immediately goes to Obi-Wan's Force Ghost, but that's not it. But that's going to be my answer because that's the first thing that came to my head.
Oh, the disrespect to Patrick Swayze. Not your thing. Not a big. Are you like a ghost horror movie person or
Frosty the Snowman?
Okay,
he's a ghost.
Yes. Friday Their Lives UK superfan wants to know, what toxic trait do you most share with your characters?
Wearing all black, believe it or not.
You rarely see Leianna in color. Like, that's true.
I guess that's my toxic trait. I'll think about it. Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, I think just like being too energetic and excited about friendship. I like
Sure.
just being like, hey, we're hanging out. Let's hang out. You know, that can get annoying probably.
Corbin Williams, former cast member of the first national tour for 2.5 years, wants to know, what are the demands of 8 show weeks on the road, and what have you learned about yourself in the process of doing this?
The demands are high,
Mhm.
especially when you are touring, because you don't really get days off unless you're on a sit down. Sit down means you have a couple weeks at a theater. So our days off are always travel days on Mondays. So it's very exhausting. It takes a lot of discipline, and discipline outside of the show and also inside the show, to make sure you're not pushing yourself, to make sure you're giving just enough, but you can still do your job the next day or the next evening, like today. And also just like trust. When we were in tech and into previews and opening week, I had a moment where I was like, I can't do this for 8 times a week. Like, it is so much. My whole system was just like overloaded and tired. Your body will figure it out. It's a very cool thing that your body does. It just adjusts. And now my body knows what the task is, and it's still tiring, but you just know how to take care of yourself.
For some of the performers out there who might be watching this, like, again, observing the rehearsal process, you were pretty good. You cut out sugar, you cut out alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, have you introduced anything back into your routine now, or?
Sure. Yeah, I am definitely letting myself enjoy those things from time to time now. Because the schedule is so crazy and we're so go go go. I've found that having little happy things that you can eat too is very important. You need things to like fuel your body, but also like fuel your soul when you're on the road. Yeah.
Beetlejuice, crazy vocal demands on what you're doing with the voice. How are you maintaining?
Yeah, I think learning that is the same thing, and like what I said about Leianna's just like performance and me learning from it is I'm learning to trust. Like I feel like California, especially when we were like through motion to start, and it was like first shows I was continuously me looking back is still most people in the world, you know. Beetlejuice is times that I can pull back into that to maintain what's going on here, and that there are times that like I wake up and I might be like, oh, the voice isn't there today. Instead of screaming through it, you can lay things a little differently. You can figure things out to still be able to have a great performance. You know?
Also, like, sleep is a magical thing. There's been
Huge,
so many
yeah.
times where both of us were like, we can't do this tomorrow, and then we wake up okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta sleep.
One final fan question comes from Millennium, and this one's for Leianna. How do you feel knowing that you're a role model for other Filipinos who want to act and perform?
Oh my gosh. It's that's a good question. Very surreal. I didn't realize I was the first Filipino video. They let me know when we had a press day in New York. And I don't know, I take it very seriously. It's very exciting, and I love when I get to meet little oh my gosh, like it's really cool and special, and I'm very proud to be here.
All right. Let's move on to the speed round. This is the Afterlife Audit, friends. What is one thing that makes you feel at home while you're on the road?
Video games. I bought too many systems for this: a Nintendo Switch 2 and a PlayStation Portal and my Mii Mini Plus.
What's the go-to video game that you're playing the most
Right now I'm playing Pocopia because our wardrobe head Riley got me obsessed with it, and I love it.
Okay. Anything for you?
Calling friends who are outside of tour. That makes me feel like a little bit normal, whatever that is.
You're also a big coffee shop girly. I feel like you find the
am.
coffee shop in any area.
That makes me feel nice and normal, having a coffee, going on a nice walk, and some good weather. Hey, what more do you need?
What's one thing each of you does backstage that instantly tells the other person what kind of day you're having?
That instantly tells the other person what kind of day.
Our curtain call.
Yeah.
We have a specific curtain call signal that we do, and if we choose it, because we choose our curtain call little gimmick backstage, cross stage from each other, and if we choose a specific one, we know, okay,
Like,
we're
okay,
tired,
okay,
it's
we're
time to
ti-
go
yeah.
home. We're not feeling crazy.
Yeah.
Is that your answer also?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Beetlejuice is a show about death. What role are you dying to play that people wouldn't expect?
Wouldn't expect.
One of the clones.
Oh,
wanna-
in Beetlejuice specifically?
No, it could be any show.
Oh, sure.
One of the clones. I just want to wear those costumes so bad.
You just like swing out one night. Could we like?
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't know who we're going for.
Not Harold.
Not Harold. Harold is Katie Leonard's clone. That's my guy.
They all have specific names.
They're all creating their names.
Yeah.
Clark's is now Tim. Tim is a hoot. Okay, sorry. What role do you want to play?
I am a huge Sondheim nerd. If I could do Sondheim forever and always, I would be happy. And I'm reaching into the older versions of that now. So, I mean, I would kill to be Sweeney eventually someday down the road. I'm still too young for it. But someday would be great.
All right. And finally, what do you want your tombstone to be?
Oh my gosh.
Ryan looks like he had an answer, but not one that he wanted to say publicly, and
no.
now he's self-edited.
What would it be?
Ah.
Toss. Yeah, my tombstone would say toss that body in the pit. But I thought of another thing. I've always wanted to open a casket making business and call it Morning Wood.
This guy. I
Hey-o.
hope that happens for you. I really do.
We all have hopes and dreams. In the